Hot takes, great debates, highlights, basketball. Gordon Hayward of the Boston Celtics has a home in Boston, at least for next year. Multiple outlets are reporting that the Boston Celtics, Danny Ainge and company, they have no plans on letting Gordon Hayward go in the foreseeable future. It would have to be a trade, right? Because Gordon Hayward has a player option on the last year of his deal. So a lot of people forget, Gordon Hayward got injured in the first game of his contract with the Boston Celtics a few years ago. Remember that Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Boston Celtics matchup on opening night of the season, and Gordon Hayward had that very nasty leg break. Well, he missed an entire season, but that season counted. So that's year one of that deal that just kind of went down the drain. We're now in the last year of that 4-year deal. Gordon Hayward's going to make $34 million next season. He has a player option. There's no way on God's green earth Gordon Hayward's going to decline that player option. There's no team in their right mind willing to pay Gordon Hayward $34 million going forward. So this will be the last time he makes that type of money in the league, in my opinion at least. I'm not saying Gordon Hayward won't have a market out there. He's a guy who could be a shooter. I think he needs to play with a team that has more slashers. I'm not saying Gordon Hayward can't make some money in the league, but at $34 million a clip, he's not making that type of money anywhere else. And then the thing with Gordon Hayward for me personally is you put him alongside guys like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, guys that literally just they hop off your screen with their athleticism, and Jason Tatum with his moves, and he's going to be a great one, man. He's going to be really, really great at this game sooner rather than later. And then Marcus Smart either, and then Kemba Walker's an all-star point guard. You look around that Celtics team, those guys stand out athletically, and Gordon Hayward's just this guy who, sometimes can put up big numbers. More times than not, he doesn't. And in the fourth quarter, you don't even look to Gordon Hayward to be a guy to make plays for you. You go elsewhere, right? Marcus Smart has been that team's closer, if not Kemba Walker, thus far this season. Gordon Hayward's averaging a very quiet 17 points a game, and I mean that is a really quiet 17 a game. He's having a career high in rebounds right now, and he's shooting about 51% from the field. So not bad numbers, but do you want to pay that $34 million a year when Jason Tatum's on the book? Let me tell you something. Jason Tatum's a free agent to be this summer, or this is the first time he can get an extension. You got to pay Jason Tatum. Anyone with eyes. I mean, the Sixers and the Lakers already got it wrong, drafted Markelle Fultz and Lonzo Ball over this dude. You can't get it wrong again if you're Boston. You can't be the third team to get it wrong on Jason Tatum. Dude made his first All-Star game this year. This dude is legit. Do not make a mistake and don't pay this guy and piss this guy off. After you gave Kemba Walker his money last year, you gave Jaylen Brown his money. Hell, you even paid Enes Kanter some good dough. You got to re-sign Tatum. And I feel like this Celtics team is running out of options. They're running out of money. You could pay Tatum, right? You're going to go over into the luxury tax. You already got Jaylen Brown, Kemba, and Enes Kanter on your books. You let Al Horford walk. But what are you going to do? Because this Celtics team's got to think about the future. They got Daniel Tice, who I like. They got Brad Wanamaker, who I like. And they got my guy from Tennessee, Grant Williams, who I like. All I'm saying, the Celtics have to be cognizant of what they do with their money going forward. Because what's going to happen in the upcoming years, they're going to lose a lot of their bench guys. Marcus Smart can get the bag elsewhere in a couple years, right? Like, he could get a real bag in this league, I feel like. And you want to have some of that money available to pay a guy like that who is... He's not going to light up your stat sheet. He's not going to have 20, 10, and 10. But he does so many little things on the court. He's one of the catalysts of their defense. He's one of the leader in their locker room. You don't want to let him go. And if you're going to risk Marcus Smart for Gordon Hayward, any hooper would tell you Marcus Smart's a better overall talent than Gordon Hayward. I'm sorry. The truth is the truth. Gordon Hayward's got $34 million on the table for him on a player option, though. He's going to take that. And the Celtics reportedly are not upset at him for taking that. Reportedly, they're, they want Gordon Hayward around next year, so they're not going to be mad at him or try to trade him if he decides to opt into that player option that he does have. And I think that's a big mistake on Boston's end. I came up with a plan if I were Boston. Here was what I would do if I were in their shoes. If I'm Danny Ainge and company, I go to Gordon Hayward and I say, the option is yours. We'll either give you your $34 million that you can take if you want this season, but we'll either give you that money and likely trade you, or if you decide to opt out of the last year of your deal, here's what we'll do for you. We'll rewrite your contract. We'll guarantee you money for 5 years. We'll give you $15 million a year. So do you want to make $34 million over 1 year? Or do you want to make, I don't know, let's up that number a little bit. Let's say $20 million a year. We'll give you $17 to $20 million a year. Do you want $34 million for 1 year? Or do you want $85 million over the next 5 years? Do you want some longevity with a team that's going to be a contender? Do you want some security? What do you want to do? At that point, it's up to Gordon Hayward and his agent to do their due diligence, study the market, and figure out what else is out there. I don't know what Gordon Hayward's market is. Maybe a lot of money's available for Gordon. Maybe he can go get another bag for $25 million a year. Hell, his former teammate Al Horford was able to get $100 million over 4. Gordon's more in his prime than Al Horford is right now. Maybe he could go get another big-time contract. I don't know. I don't really know the market for Gordon Hayward because the Celtics got too many forwards to gauge who's really who and who does what for that team, right? So, I think the Celtics are making a very interesting decision, already aligning themselves with Gordon in the future. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have put that out there. And, this is Brian Robb of the Boston Sports Journal reporting this. He's very connected in that area. He wouldn't say this unless he had it sourced by somebody in that Boston organization. I wouldn't have did this. I wouldn't have done this. I think this is a mistake for Gordon, not for Gordon, but for Boston to do this right now, because you're going to tie yourself to a guy who you can't pay that type of money to. It's not smart. I'd rather keep Jason Tatum and Marcus Smart happy for the next 5 years over keeping Gordon Hayward happy for the next 1 year. You into sports, we got you. NFL news, I got you. NBA news, NBA highlights, NBA full coverage, feature stories, all that great stuff, I got you. We even got a little bit of Madden and 2K mixed in. Subscribe to this platform, and I got you. More quality content on the way. Subscribe.